I don't know if I can do this without sunglasses. Are we good? Do I need to do a... We're good? Ready to go? All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Campbell from the Division of Fire and Rescue of Frederick County. We're here at Camp Airy today holding a press conference on the events of this morning. So I'm going to give you a little bit of details, and then the director of Camp Airy is going to make a brief statement, and we'll take a few questions, okay? Frederick Emergency Solutions received a call this morning at approximately 7:27 with reports of a building fire here at Camp Airy. A school resource officer from the Frederick County Sheriff's Office as well as a Maryland State Police trooper arrived on scene first and did confirm that there was smoke coming from the second floor and that everybody had been evacuated from the building. Frederick County Fire and Rescue units that first arrived went on scene and noted smoke showing from the eaves of the roof and requested the rapid intervention dispatch as well as a tanker task force. As the fire continued to spread, a second alarm was requested and dozens of units from Maryland and Pennsylvania responded. It took approximately 100 firefighters about 3 hours to place the fire under control. Crews were able to keep the fire contained to the dining hall of Camp Airy. No other building, they were able to protect the exposures and stuff to other buildings and limited any spread to other additional exposures. Frederick County Fire and Rescue, the Frederick County Fire Marshal's Office, Frederick County Sheriff's Emergency Management, Maryland State Police, and multiple resources from surrounding jurisdictions will remain on scene here at Camp Airy while they continue to perform overhaul, extinguish hot spots of the dining hall, and gain access in to start the investigation process. The investigation is ongoing, and no further info regarding origin or cause or damage estimate can be provided at this time. Camp is in session here at Camp Airy during this time. However, no staff or campers were in the building at the time of the fire, and nobody was injured. Due to the privacy and security of those campers and of those staff members, we will not be releasing any details regarding the campers or the staff. We're going to take a statement from, again, the director of Camp Airy, Marty Rocklin, and then we'll take a few questions from you. Marty?
Good afternoon. Just want to reiterate that our campers and our staff are safe here at camp. They were wonderful following procedures for just as kind of an event happening at camp. All thanks to our staff for guiding and taking care of their campers. We did return to activities this morning. We took care of breakfast, morning meds, snacks. Kids were active around camp. Lunch plan is in effect right now. We are planning to carry on camp as regular as possible. We have short-term dining plans in place and longer things being planned right now from our team, our year-round Baltimore team. And I'm just thankful for campers and staff going with all the procedures this morning when the fire did happen.
Marty, we've already talked to some alums and talked about the spirit of the camp and all the rest of it. And also talked to alums about the sort of meaning of the mementos and all that may have been lost with the building. A little bit plus the meaning of this building to the camp and how important it is.
I can say for me, personally, it's bittersweet. It's a building most of us grew up in, had all of our meals in as campers and as staff, and thankfully it's just a building. And so camp can continue because camp is the people, and it will be back and better with whatever the plan is for 2023 and beyond.
The fact you're continuing on with programming, what's that tell us about the way you guys run things here, the ethic here?
We have a great staff.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the building that caught fire today?
I'll try. We call it the White House. It's where we have our dining facilities, our kitchen and dining room. We have, in the past, had offices located at the bottom of the building. It is where unit leaders or staff members may find a place for a quiet phone call or to do emails communicating with families. It's historic. It's known for its view of looking over the valley, and it'll be missed.
Marty, can you describe the importance of the camp to the Jewish community in both Baltimore and Washington, and culture in our region.
We are proud as two camps, Airy and Louise, to be celebrating our centennial, and we hope that we're able to do it for another 100 years as well. We know that our origins are tied to helping Jewish children find a summer respite, if you will. And so we're proud of that, and we'll keep going.
Can you just talk about how you're going to proceed going forward? Can you just explain, will the meals be cooked? There's another campus where, can you just talk about how you're sort of going to keep operations going and keep camp going despite losing essentially the kitchen for this campus?
I have the specifics for lunch today, where things are in process right now, and that's the best answer I have right now.
And none of the campers went home, correct? That everybody, can you say that, how many you have here for this section of campus?
We're not going to go into numbers of staff and campers at this time.
You can't say how many campers there are here this week?
No, due to the privacy and stuff like that and security of the camp, with what's going on, we're not releasing any numbers of staff or campers and who's on site.
But no one went home.
We're in session. Our campers and staff are here running a full camp program.
Can someone from the fire talk about kind of some challenges with this fire being an old building? Were there sprinklers? Any other challenges that you ran into?
So no, there's no sprinklers in the building. Obviously, as you drove into this site, you could see there was no fire hydrants either through this section. So this is what we call a rural water supply operation. That's why we had to call for a tanker task force to bring some water haulers. You also see behind us, there's a large pond that we're drafting water out of and pumping all the way to the top of the mountain to be able to fight the fire. We're also using the 2 swimming pools that are on site as a supplemental draft site to also supply the amount of water that we needed to be able to extinguish the fire.
Your name, Chief?
Kenny Poole,
Can you say
Deputy
how
Chief.
far the actual dining facility is from the road and the water sources that you had to pump
Probably a mile and a half up the mountain.
on the road?
Yeah. Probably about a mile-ish from right here. We had to lay hose all the way up, and we pumped from one engine to the next engine, and from that engine to the next one to get the water to the top of the hill.
Chief, I know spokeswoman said that this required resources from Maryland and Pennsylvania. What were like the furthest departments that responded?
I know that we had a unit here from Montgomery County, so that's a pretty long trek. I would say that's probably the farthest.
And then preliminary clauses, and if so, what? If no, what does the investigation look like moving forward here?
Well, the first thing we have to do is extinguish the fire and get all the hot spots put out so that the fire marshal's office can gain access to the building and be able to begin the start of their investigation. I'm sure they're well underway to already doing interviews and things like that they can do till the fire operation is safe for them to be able to enter the building and begin to determine that, but we can't speak to that right now.
And that's the state or
With other agencies assisting them.
Can you say,
From the photos that I've seen and from what you have experienced, do you have any idea how large the building is?
I don't know what the square footage of the building is. Do you all know? It's a pretty large dining room, and the kitchen was fairly large in the back of it. And then the office spaces and so forth that were attached and above.
All right, we'll take one more question.
Marty, a quick detail. Were there staff, I presume there was staff getting started for the day preparing to get ready for breakfast. Were there staff in the building when this whole thing started today?
Morning breakfast prep had begun. When the smoke was noticed, we quickly made sure everyone was alerted and came outside quickly, and then thankfully the emergency services arrived right away.
Great. And is there any historic relationship here with Camp David next door? I mean,
You want to say anything?
I don't specifically know the history of the area, but there's no historic relationship, I believe, with this camp with Camp David.
And for clarity's sake, Campbell, you said it was limited to the dining facility. Is the White House a total loss?
So until the fire marshals get in there and kind of see what they have and what kind of damage was done, I don't feel comfortable releasing that. The focus of this is really we wanted to make sure that the community, the parents, surrounding friends and stuff know that the campers are safe. The staff here at Camp Airy have a plan in place. They're executing that plan, and everything is okay. We know that people saw it from miles and miles away. Exposure. So we really just wanted to reiterate that they're safe. They're doing their thing and having fun at camp like normal. And we're just here to support Camp Airy if they need.
But contained to that building.
Correct.
Anything suspicious at all about this fire?
I can't comment at all on that until fire marshals. They haven't even stepped foot into it yet. So, and that's all we'll have today. Thanks, folks.
No one out there is willing to say that the building appears to be a total loss?
No. Nobody's until we get some further information, and until I talk to the fire marshal's office or the chief talks to the fire marshal's office, I don't think anybody feels comfortable in saying the damage. I'm sure that will come out and that will be released at a future date. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Let's do it right here.
Chief, just want to get the correct spelling.
Careful, Doctor.
That's cool.
Gotcha. Oh, thank you.
There was one in November, and it was a garage. Thank you.